Now recognize the chair of the full committee, Ms. Rodgers, for 5 minutes.
Secretary Granholm, welcome back. Today is an opportunity to discuss the President's budget and priorities for the Department of Energy. This committee plays a critical role in ensuring U.S. energy security and leadership. For decades, America has led the way. We've harnessed the power of nuclear energy, electrified millions of rural Americans' homes with clean hydropower, and ushered in the shale revolution, creating millions of new jobs and powering economic prosperity. America was able to achieve this through free market principles, entrepreneurship, and giving people the opportunity to choose which energy sources best suit their needs. Energy and Commerce Republicans have been working to protect and expand this legacy for generations to come. The Biden administration, on the other hand, seems to be dismantling that legacy. This administration's policies continue to put America on a dangerous path that harms our security and gives our adversaries like China control over our energy supply chains. This administration has consistently sought to prevent or slow the development of American oil and gas resources, which are critical to our own energy security as well as the security of our allies. DOE has been complicit in these actions with the effective ban on new LNG exports. American LNG has been a lifeline, especially to our European allies, since Russia invaded Ukraine. In the aftermath of this invasion, American LNG helped them reduce their natural gas prices by over 83% and reduce their dependence on Russia. This ban sends a signal to our allies that we're no longer a dependable energy partner. We find this unacceptable. Another example is the recent decision to limit energy development in more than half of the National Petroleum Reserve in Alaska. Doubling down on policies to restrict oil and gas, to retire baseload power generation, and to promote widespread, unaffordable, unreliable electrification is not how we secure our energy future. And unfortunately, it's Americans that are feeling the impacts of this radical rush to green agenda. Since President Biden took office, electricity prices have risen some 30%. That's almost 50% more than overall inflation. Unilateral actions like these taken by the administration continue to drive out affordable, reliable baseload generation needed to keep prices low, keep the lights on. Grid operators and others have been sounding the alarm for years, warning that the U.S. is on a dangerous, unsustainable path. And continuing down this path will mean higher energy prices and more catastrophic blackouts across the country, like what's already happening in places like California. As the head of DOE, it is the Secretary's responsibility to ensure American energy security and leadership. Yet this department continues to stand by and watch as EPA imposes requirements that harm our ability to generate reliable power. Is the department ceding its energy and grid expertise to the EPA? EPA policies, like their new particulate matter standards, will make permitting new manufacturing and industry almost impossible. Impossible in large regions across the country. And I'd like to understand why DOE thinks that we can succeed under these types of anti-manufacturing, really anti-American policies, which are undermining the very manufacturing programs DOE supports to help restore American leadership in critical energy materials and reduce our reliance on China. Instead of undermining American energy and economic success, let's work together to build on our remarkable legacy, which has transformed the human condition, lifted people out of poverty, raised the standard of living more than any other nation in the world. And the best way to do this is with a strong energy mix that takes advantage of the resources we have here at home, lower costs for Americans, and prevents us from being reliant on China. This administration's forced transition will leave our economy dangerously dependent upon supply chains controlled by China and make energy less affordable, less reliable for Americans. I believe the Department of Energy serves a critical role in assuring sound energy policies and also providing the support necessary for innovation to flourish. That's the goal today. And I look forward to the Department of Energy stepping up so that we can accomplish that goal. I yield back. Thank you.
Gentleman yields back. The chair will now recognize the ranking member of the full committee.